Now the food is entering the oral cavity.
In the mouth, mechanical digestion begins as teeth break down food into smaller pieces, making it easier to swallow and exposing more food surfaces to digestive enzymes. The other major part of digestion in the mouth is the use of the salivary glands, which are stimulated to release saliva into the mouth simply by the thought of food. Saliva is used as a lubricant for food, making it easier to swallow, and it is used as a buffer to neutralize food acids. Saliva also contains the digestive enzyme amylase, which begins chemical digestion of starch into the disaccharide maltose. Also prominent in the oral cavity is the tongue, a muscular organ covered with taste buds. Along with enabling a person to taste their meal, the tongue manipulates food and helps shape it into a ball called the bolus. Once the bolus is formed, it is pushed back into the pharynx, also known as the throat, which opens into two passageways, the esophagus, which is part of the digestive system, and the trachea, which is part of the respiratory system. As the bolus of food moves into the pharynx, a door-like flap of cartilage called the epiglottis covers the opening of the trachea, ensuring that the food will go down the esophagus. The esophagus is a muscular tube that conveys food from the pharynx to the stomach. Once you choose to swallow, involuntary contractions of smooth muscles in the rest of the esophagus begin to take over, during a contractionary process called peristalsis, which squeezes the bolus towards the stomach. Once the bolus reaches the stomach, some chemical digestion occurs, as the stomach secretes a digestive fluid called gastric juice, which is made up of a protein-digesting enzyme, mucus, and strong acid.
Wake up! What? Where am I? Welcome to the stomach, Banana. As you see before you, this is a vat of gastric juice.
What's gastric juice?
Well, I mean, if you really want to know, I guess I could tell you.
Gastric juice is the digestive fluid containing pepsin and other enzymes secreted by the glands of the stomach to digest the food during primary digestion.
Now that you know what you're getting into, it's time to go in. I'm not ready. Too bad.
After digestion in the stomach occurs, the food becomes an acidic, nutrient-rich broth known as chyme and heads to the pyloric sphincter.
As food enters the duodenum, digestive enzymes are excreted from the pancreas, gallbladder, and liver. The liver produces bile and the gallbladder stores it. Bile is mainly used for breaking down fats. The pancreas produces a solution that neutralizes the acidity of chyme as it enters the small intestine. The second major function of the small intestine is to absorb nutrients. Most digestion is completed in the duodenum. The other regions, the jejunum and ileum, are for absorption of nutrients. The small intestine is lined with finger-like projections called villi, and each villus has microvilli. Nutrients are absorbed into the capillaries through the villi. Here, the chyme continues to travel down the small intestine as microvilli continue to absorb the nutrients.
From the small intestine, the food passes into the large intestine through a sphincter known as the cecum and passes the appendix, an extension of the cecum that contributes very little to the immune system. In the main portion of the large intestine, known as the colon, absorption of water is completed, and with the removal of water, the waste of the food begin to become more solid and resemble feces, which are then stored in the rectum till excretion. Here we see what is now feces as it reaches the end of the digestive system and approaches the anal sphincter. The anal sphincter is the end of the digestive system. It is a complex part of the body that maintains a seal that can be opened to discharge body waste. It is strong enough to restrict the passage of any fecal matter, but is sensitive enough to differentiate between solid, liquid, and gas.
Whoa, that was a good one. Hey class, my name is Mr. Youngkin. Today we'll be playing a game about digestion. Are you guys ready?
Heck yes!
Okay, so the first question is, what is digestion? Matt?
Digestion is the breakdown of food into small molecules which are small enough for the body to absorb.
Wow, correct,
Hey
Matt.
class, next question. What is the wave-like muscle contraction process that allows food to get down the esophagus?
Peristalsis.
Dang it!
Question. What are the three parts of the small intestine?
The ileum, duodenum, and pancreas?
Ha! Not prepared. Get out of here. Matt, do you know?
Is it the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum?
Correct.
Get out of here, Ryan!
Next question. How do you guys perform the Heimlich maneuver?
Go.
Well, I'll show you.
It's a normal day at St. Charles when all of a sudden your friend starts choking. What do? Step 1. Wrap your arms around his waist. Step 2. Lock your arms and pull back against his abdomen. Step 3. Repeat the action until the object is expelled. Congratulations, you saved your friend.
What is the name of the fluid in the stomach that begins primary digestion?
Pancreatic juice?
Nope.
Chyme?
Nope.
Bile?
Nope.
Gastric juice?
Correct.
So, what is the sphincter called that connects the small intestine to the large intestine?
The cecum?
Correct.